Okay, so picture this. Somewhere in the middle of Iran, surrounded by desert on literally 3 sides, there's a city that straight up should not exist. No rivers that stay full, summers hitting 40 degrees, winters that will freeze you out. And yet, what got built here over 7 centuries is so unreal, so insanely detailed and intentional that Iranians have had a saying for hundreds of years. Isfahan is half the world. And honestly, no cap, that is not an exaggeration. That is a factual statement. This is Isfahan, and we need to talk about it. The first thing that hits you about Isfahan is that religion here isn't like a separate thing you do on weekends. It's baked into the operating system of the whole city. 5 times a day, the call to prayer rolls across the rooftops like a wave, one mosque, catching the sound from the next before the first one even finishes. The mosques don't hide from everyday life. Their courtyards are shortcuts. Their fountains get used for washing dusty hands just as much as for prayer. Old men nap on stone benches worn smooth by 1,000 years of the same vibe. Now the square, Naqsh-e Jahan, which translates to image of the world, and once you see it, you get it immediately. Shah laid this thing out around 1598, not like something that grew over generations, but as one complete single vision. The proportions are so exact that standing in the center feels less like standing in a plaza and more like being inside something. Back in the day, this square was a polo field, a marketplace, a court of justice, and a stage for public celebrations, sometimes all within the same 24 hours. Today, families spread out on the grass on Friday afternoons eating together under 400-year-old tilework, while kids run through the same arched stalls where people have been selling saffron and hand-printed cloth for centuries. Let's talk about the Sheikh Lotfollah Mosque, because this building is genuinely doing things that architecture has no business doing. From outside, the dome changes color throughout the day, cream at dawn, pale gold by mid-morning, warm rose by late afternoon. Like the tiles aren't ceramic, but some kind of calibrated instrument tracking the sun. And the inside, one dome chamber, small angled windows, and at noon, the light hitting the floor resolves into the shape of a peacock. No painter put that there. The architect left it for the light itself to finish. The acoustics hit a 7-fold echo. Not from a formula, from generations of people just knowing how stone and space behave together. The Grand Bazaar of Isfahan is not a building, it's a system. Miles of vaulted passages, each section shifting into the next through changes in sound and smell. First you hear metal on metal, a craftsman pressing geometric patterns into copper and silver. Then you're in the block printing section, where white cotton gets hand-stamped with carved wooden blocks dipped in natural dyes. And bargaining here isn't a negotiating tactic. It's closer to an ethical ritual, reflecting a cultural principle that the relationship between people matters more than whatever's being sold. Isfahan also built bridges that were secretly concert halls. The Cocpa, 33 arches, nearly 1,000 feet long, has a lower level of vaulted tea houses specifically designed so that the sound of the river rises through the stone floor and blends with conversation and music. The Khaju bridge could function as a dam, a royal viewing platform, and an informal concert hall, all at once. Here's the wild part though. The river underneath them barely flows anymore. Groundwater wells, agricultural diversion, shifting rainfall. The Zayende Rud is a dry bed of cracked silt for most of the year now. But every single evening, when the heat finally lets go of the stone, Isfahanis still show up. Old men sit on the worn ledges of the arches and sing Persian classical poetry into the vaults. The acoustics still work. The resonance the architects built into the stone 4 centuries ago is still there, even without the river that was supposed to complete it. Which is honestly the most accurate description of how this city has always operated. 50 miles out where the road gives way to salt flats, there's a different Isfahan entirely. In Abiane, every wall is the deep ochre red of iron oxide clay. The village doesn't sit on the hillside. It emerges from it the way a fossil comes out of the rock that preserved it. And beneath all of it, invisible, essential, run the qanats, underground channels carrying water from mountain aquifers to village fields across distances of up to 30 miles. No pumps, no electricity. Just gravity and an engineering intelligence that understood the water problem completely and solved it 2,000 years ago. Isfahan should not exist where it does. Not at this scale. Not with this level of accumulated intention. Not on a semi-arid plateau where the river dries up and the desert starts within a day's walk from the city center. What was built here wasn't the result of easy conditions or natural luck. It was the result of a civilization that looked at what the environment permitted and then refused to let go of what the imagination demanded. They built that negotiation into tile and stone and water, into the geometry of domes and the acoustics of bridges, into the ritual of hospitality and the patience of a craftsman spending 50 years perfecting a single craft. And as climate pressure and water scarcity reshape cities all over the planet right now, Isfahan starts to look less like a historical anomaly and more like a manual, a record of exactly the kind of conversation every civilization is eventually going to have. The city is not frozen, it is not finished. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot, and I will see you next time.